So good evening, everyone. I should probably start by telling you that it's never a good idea to put me up on a stage in front of a captive audience. My name is Nick Honeysett. I'm CEO of the Balboa Park Online Collaborative. We're a non-profit technology service company supporting all the 27 cultural institutions in Balboa Park, which I'm hoping that you have all visited. I'm also Vice Chair of the American Alliance of Museums, which is the membership organization that represents museums in the US, of which there are 35,000 museums, and there are 850 million visits to museums per year. I'll let that number sink in. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and if I don't get the response I'm looking for, I will embrace my inner Hillary or Donald to skew the results. How many of you have never been to an NFL game? Okay, few people. How many of you have never been to a NBA game? Okay, more people. How many of you have never been to a National Hockey League game? Great. Phew. How many of you have never been to a museum? Right? Sounds crazy. I'm going to introduce to you a mobile engagement company. I've been doing this for 30 years. I built my first touchscreen system in a museum in 1988, so I think I know what's going on here. I'm also chair of the Museum Computer Network, which is a 50-year-old organization representing museum technologists in the museum community. We celebrate 50 years next year. I'm going to introduce you to the first company that I have deemed to align with and add my name to. The name is Guru. I first met the CEO of Guru, Paul Burke, about a year and a half ago. He told me he had this idea to create a mobile experience in museums, and I gave him all the reasons I could think of to talk him out of it. I wasn't successful, and I've seen him over the last 18 months do something phenomenal, create an absolutely phenomenal engagement framework that I am proud to be a board member of. So with that, I would like to introduce you to Paul Shockley, who is the Chief Creative Guru at Guru, to tell you more about it. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Paul Shockley. I'm here with Guru, and we're digital storytellers for cultural institutions. So the inspiration for our organization is clear behind me. We live in a time where there's endless information accessible at your fingertips, and all you really need is a tablet or a smartphone. It's the language of my generation, and what we saw when we looked at cultural institutions is they weren't speaking that language, and they were really missing a huge demographic. So we started to talk to industry professionals, and they told us the same story over and over again. People come to their institutions when they're kids, and they come back when they have kids, but that leaves a huge hole of 18 to 34-year-olds who aren't engaging in this space. Those are millennials. They have huge spending power, and they love to support causes that they're passionate about. We found a University of Chicago study that showed that 67% of museum visitors said they'd be more likely to visit if there was just some sort of technological engagement. That's where we come in. We take Bluetooth beacons, a location-aware platform, and a whole team of creatives and create an unforgettable experience, not just for millennials, but people of all ages. And we haven't met a venue that isn't understaffed and underfunded. So they need a partner. They need someone with the technological know-how, the digital storytelling know-how, to put together an experience that's unbelievable. But we wanted to do more than just help the visitor. We wanted to help the actual business model of these venues. We wanted to increase the amount of merchandise. We wanted to improve membership acquisition. We wanted to help with donations. But one of the biggest things we wanted to help with was data. It's something that's eluded this industry. We wanted to tell them who was coming in, where are they going, what are they engaging with, what don't they like. These are the types of things that drive future decision making. As you heard from Nick, the market is massive. There's 850 million museum visitors a year. That's more than all sporting events and amusement park visitors combined. There's over 17,000 museums here in the US, and the total addressable market globally is $2.7 billion. Now, let's talk about how we make money. We partner with a venue, and when we start, it costs nothing for us to launch. There's zero risk for them, and we take $1 per visitor, whether the visitor downloads the app or not. Let's look at the Battleship Iowa, who's an actual partner of ours. So when we went in, it took us 6 weeks and $30,000 to launch the app, implement the technology, and create all the content. Now, we're partners with them for the next 5 years, and they're giving us $1 per visitor, and that's 200,000 visitors a year, that's $1 million contract. We're working with a very diverse group of venues. We have the Battleship Iowa, which is an old battleship that you can tour. We have the San Diego Museum of Art, the Little Italy City Tour. What we're showing here is that our platform can adapt to all types of venues and that our storytelling is relevant in all sorts of places. Our go-to-market strategy has been incredibly effective. We're talking with over 100 venues from zoos, aquariums, museums, even the city of Seattle and Paris. So here's the good news. In a little over a year, we're cash flow positive. We have 5 clients to market. We're making over $60,000 in monthly reoccurring revenue, and we have $5 million in contracts signed now, and we have multiple contracts in the final phase. So what I'm here to ask for is $1.5 million in convertible debt. And why? Because we want to keep doing what we're doing best, and we're fundamentally changing how people learn in and experience cultural centers. We're currently making it so that you can walk up to a painting, look at it through your phone, and through augmented reality, all the content will pop up. We're making it so little kids here in San Diego can virtually tour the Met in New York City and not even leave their classroom. We're even making it so that you could step into a Van Gogh painting and look around and explore the art in a totally new way. So I really appreciate your time. Thank you for coming, and I hope you join us on this adventure we call Guru.